Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another iRacing video, and as always we are back with some good racing here. This time around we are at Mount Fuji, a track obviously in Japan as the name might suggest. We are racing in the BMW M Power Tour, so the GT4, G82 cars are the ones that we're driving right now, and we're going to be trying here to do well. We're starting from a decent position, I think that is fair to say. We're starting up at P7 for 148.952, and yeah, we were quite happy with that as well. And now we're going to be trying to do the best that we can here, and well, here it goes. We've got a little bit more coming on pretty soon here, and we're going to be starting over with a couple minutes left of racing. It's a 15-minute race here, so a short sprint yet again here, in this time a rather difficult lobby as well. Now this is a 593 iRacing rating we're on with a 2.98 safety rating. We're trying to keep that up there to try and really push into the C license if we could, and this time we're on a 13-13 average grid as well, so it is a very tough grid that we're finding ourselves on, but that doesn't matter. That's not a discouragement at all. We're going to be trying our best regardless of how that looks, and then we'll see what comes of it, I suppose. And there is the safety car, it is off, and now we are good to go. We can start accelerating. And it looks like as we hit the green flag, all is good. We can start overtaking now if you want to. But at the moment we're kind of just clear in, and there's no big incidents, at least when it comes to the braking zone here. Everybody's being rather patient. We're trying to push through as well. We need to go kind of slowly through there, but now we're clean, and well, for us the positions stay the same, so we're good to go. No big surprises here. We're all clean. And I was expecting it to be a little bit more chaotic, but it looks like the majority of the drivers actually has managed to make it through rather nicely, even though there's a driver ahead of us here, Max Wells, who did go off there behind us, unfortunately, or ahead of us rather, actually. We're still chasing him for us. There's 13 drivers in total at the moment here, and we are finding up in the midfield, so I guess we should be very happy with what this is going right now. Driver in the background going off now, that is Rikuka, who now will disappear. That's a massive gap now immediately created as well. Current race leader, Rodrigo Seco. He is so far doing quite okay. There's a dive down the inside here, and oh, there's almost a squeeze, but managed to hold on to the position there. We kind of cut him off in that way because that was just such an optimistic dive. Now, well, that's part of it, you know, that's part of life. We continue. Driver in front of us unfortunately crashes as well. So that means we get up to P6 for very free. In fact, he didn't even need to move anything over. I mean, we could just stay on our line, and he did the work for him, so he took himself out, unfortunately. Definitely wasn't on us that time around. And well, as we now approach the long straight again, it is quite a long straight where we try and get in there. I must say as well, this is one of the most beautiful tracks I've ever been to, right? It's at the foot of Mount Fuji, so definitely worth a visit in case you loved things like hiking and as such, and I most definitely do, so maybe one day I'll get to be here. Who knows how that's gonna go. As for now though, 13 minutes left, and so far we are all okay. And we shift down to second gear again here, now up to third as we try and get going. There's once again a driver going off massively behind us. I don't know what it is with people just going so wide all the time, but I guess we're lucky to be out of trouble, and even though the drivers ahead of us have kind of got clear of the rest, we've got a very tough job ahead of us here. We want to make sure we defend this if we could. Now back to fourth and third. We gotta take it easy. There's a driver right behind us. That is Michael Lissack. He would love to get by. Obviously equal machinery, equal setup as well, so we all need to kind of just do it together. And it's really about the driver here, not about the car. There's no difference between them. There's nothing you can really set up on the car. That means that it's going to be the drivers that excel, that do well. I think with the qualifying position route and a P6 in such a difficult lobby, I think this is a good sign. But obviously with more to come as well, we'll see how it goes. And at the moment we are all good to go. And no big surprises here so far, so that's all good. There's a car moving up to the right. There's a try, but unfortunately there's no space. He's gonna try again later. Obviously that does mess with our exit a little bit here. And in the meanwhile, Fernandez has just made his way by Essen Said again, who is now the driver ahead of us again. But he's quite far clear, because he's 7 seconds already. As you can see on the screen in the middle there, in terms of results, it's quite messy out there sometimes. I think so far, once again, it's been just a very standard race. We've seen a fair amount of incidents, but it's been all kind of clear. And oh, there goes a very big dive down, but unfortunately he couldn't get the car stopped in time, so Michael Lisak now has sent it off. That will cost him a fair amount of time as well. In fact, he's now down to P9 already, and he could even lose more. Big mistake, and we were lucky to avoid that. And so for all this good, but let's see how that continues then. Obviously there will be plenty more to do. 10:41, so almost 5 minutes have passed already, which just shows how incredibly quick these races usually go. This absolute madness. Let's see how it goes then, as so far we are quite clear of the rest here, with now Alan behind us. Alan Jastrzebski. I've probably completely butchered that name, apologies me. But how well, that is just what it is. Now, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, make sure you like and subscribe as well. Obviously we'll always try and put up high quality content as much as we could. And so far it's been awesome, you know, 720 subscribers as I'm recording this, so we're really growing up there. Some videos getting closer and closer to the 100k mark. Can you imagine that? Right? It's such a big part. I mean, it's on 70k right now. Absolutely incredible. And that's all thanks to you guys as well. So thank you from both me and Sven as well. Now, Alan's having a look there, but obviously he can't go side by side through this as of yet, but he is now very close to us. So we hope that he will be patient around here on the straight again. He obviously will take a little bit more speed than we can, as obviously he will be also trying to take that position as soon as possible. But for now this is difficult. Down to second perhaps, and yeah, he wants to give it a go, but hasn't found the opportunity yet. But you know what, that's actually quite alright. Let's see how this one's gonna continue now. So far so good. 8.5 minutes roughly remaining here over at Fuji, and so far we see nothing special, but there are going to be drivers who are trying to contest us now, so then we'll see what comes. At the moment here, the BMW M4 just shows its power, but there's already Alan taking a very aggressive turn over there. Makes me quite curious to see how they want to approach this. See, more opportunities will come as well, and we'll see how they want to approach this. So for all this good. And obviously we're trying to keep this up as well, right? So far, no big incidents. We try and keep it that way, but Alan is all over us right now, and obviously he's just waiting for the right opportunity to strike. We know that too. So actually getting a move in is proving to be rather difficult at this point. Fastest lap coming out there now. Some more drivers are improving up on their lap times. Awesome to see. That's the fastest lap of the session for us at least as well. So that's great, you know, we're getting that potential in now.
Car on your left.
Car on the left, and there is so unfortunate, a little bit of a touch. But we do hold on. He's being very impatient now. He knows that this is his opportunity to try and get by and try and do some extra damage perhaps, but maybe that was not it. And as we keep at it now, makes me wonder, can we actually hold on to this right now? In terms of lap times, we're definitely lacking. Consistency wise, we're looking alright, and that then again sparks hope a little bit as well. So maybe that will be good enough. There, well, I gotta be a little bit more careful there on the throttle as well. As you can tell, the car's protesting here, and here is Michael Isak having a look as well. Not able to get anything in yet, even though he wanted to. Well, here it is right now. On the straight, you can see a massive train of cars formed. We're still in our comfortable position for now. But I think it's just a matter of seeing when they're actually going to be able to push through here. Things are going to change rather soon, I have that feeling. And oh, there is a big touch. Yeah, and that's exactly what I was just about to refer to. And that wasn't even on our end there. That's a massive cent there. And that not only does give us damage, it also puts us all the way back here. Oh man, that really stinks, doesn't it? Yeah, that's not a very good sign. A shame that that's gone that way. Car right now. Need to be careful, and obviously now with a damaged car, we're finding ourselves behind all of these other drivers. Even though it looks like it wasn't our fault per se. I think it was anything but that. It was very far from. But ah well. That's part of it, I suppose.
The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 4 points.
Car behind is closing. At the moment, all is good. Leader putting in better laps now too, that's awesome to see. So they're still having that improvement over there, but obviously we're stuck with a car that's very much damaged now. It's a shame really it's gone this way. So let's be honest, we were good, we were minding our own business and all was well up until that point, so it's a shame that it's gone that way. Well, we once again try and gain some positions. Obviously stuck in P11 for now. That's also going to give us quite a bit of incident points, which is most definitely not what we wanted. Obviously we wanted to have it clear and, you know, that way we could call it a day and all was good, but there's no guarantees at all. Now it makes you wonder how much is there left to gain. It's a shame it's gone this way, but it feels like obviously with the open lobbies that we have, it's just a reoccurring theme, unfortunately. I would have wished for it to be any other way. Well, now it stands as follows. We're gonna have incident points. We're gonna be having, unfortunately, also quite a bit of damage for the rest of the race. But what I also wanted to point out there, guys, if you're enjoying the videos, but if you have any feedback for both me and Sven about the formatting, about the racing itself, it doesn't matter, let me know. I would absolutely love to help to improve the content as well. So obviously that's what we're striving towards here. 2 minutes left to go. We've got a little bit of time left here. Let's see if there's anything we can do. But see, the drivers ahead of us now are far gone as well. But yeah, anyways, it is to be fortunate. Lucky it was one big hit, not a lot of smaller hits as well, so we're gonna see the results of that later on as well. Obviously trying to up our license, which would then unlock things like the Porsche Carrera Cup, which we could then use to drive over. I feel like that would be quite a bit of fun as well. So obviously we'll see how it goes. Now we move up to another gear. A minute left to go. Time is ticking away here. So overall is good. Makes you wonder, what can they keep in here? Obviously now Alan is driving a little bit slower than he was before. But I think it's mainly sad for our iRacing rating, because we were definitely up for a good one. That crash never happened. Sure, maybe one of two would have snaked by, but the rest would have all stayed in that position. And there the car of Kuka, that is, or Kuka, sorry. Kuka almost went off there in the background as well. As we're on the straight again, trying to push into corner number 1. Once again, we set a personal fastest lap, but it seems to be of no use, unfortunately for us. Now we keep at it. Yet again, we're trying to get just a little bit closer if we can. I'm afraid that we're kind of locked in position for now. 2.5 seconds ahead, 2.9 seconds behind. And as we get up to 5 here, we once again keep at knowing as well that this is the final lap of the race, and it's about Dave Harvey that's gonna cross the line first, and he is gonna be winning that race as well. It's actually Dave Hardy, excuse me. Also from the same region that we are from, so that's awesome to see. And now, well, it makes you wonder what's gonna be happening, as it looks like we're all still in place. Now obviously we did gain a tiny bit of time over towards Alan, but 2.5 seconds, we're still relying on him to make a mistake, which is the unfortunate position that we're in. It's definitely out of our control here. Well, here is the finish line coming up for us here over in Japan. We're going to be crossing the line at a pretty safe rate, and obviously P11 is not all terrible, so it's time to take you through the result of that as well as we reach the checkered flag.
Okay.
So starting off with the results, we actually managed to get only 5 incident points from that, so it's a 0.44 safety rating, putting us at a 3.42 and a -19 iRacing rating of 574 that is. That basically means that we have officially qualified here over for the C license as well, as we stay over the 3.0 safety points. So that's awesome to see. Now obviously we only gained 19 championship points here, and the total season standings after 10 races will be 853 out of 1090 for that race alone. In total 275 total championship points, and 560 in terms of total season standings. So I would say that is a pretty decent result. We can be happy with that as well. So yeah, I think it's mixed feelings, right? Knowing this was a race with more potential, but also happy we kept it mainly trouble-free apart from that one big incident that we saw. So massive safety rating points coming up here. And now as we cross the line again, it's time to look at 2 things here. Starting off with the hot lap as well. That's what we do at first. And then obviously after that we have also got the race highlights as well. So that was feedback that we got from behind. it's quite awesome to see. You know, after the videos we get that kind of stuff, and we can really see what happened in certain positions. Because from our POV, we sometimes miss out on the information as well. Here we cross back into the pits here.
Okay, the race is over. Bring it on in.
Race is over. That's the call. I think we're happy with this.
Pit box in 10,
Pit box about to come in. Well,
5,
we go. We see our man.
3, 2,
Here's where we need to park up.
right here.
There it is, the end of that race. Now time to look at the hot lap of the race here in the Warsteiner BMW M4 from Sasha Buckman. And well, he managed to put out a 1:46.288 in lap number 4 of the race here. So obviously he's going to be having a little bit of slipstream to start it off with. That is pretty good, of course, for him as well. It's going to help him just get out a little bit more pace on the straight. And back to second, and immediately up to third as well. It's a tricky corner to get right. Looks like they manage. At the moment, looks like he's just kind of holding on. Look how clean and smooth the movements are. I think that's the biggest giveaway from this as well, right? Nailing the lines, just trying to get closer to the car ahead of him. Maybe we're going to see an overlap on the an overtake on the fastest lap as well, although that would be quite difficult to manage, of course. He seems to be doing all right, and now obviously preparing for this very tight right-hander here. Everybody else makes it through nicely. They're using that curbs a little bit there as well, but they're not over the limit, as it doesn't slow them down and actually helps them just to get a little bit more track space in. Showing how technically advanced these races really are. And obviously this is also some very good driving that we're seeing here from Sasha. Now also your friendly reminder, we are racing in the Wilfer Racing series, and if you're into racing communities, we run TCR races, GT3 racings, and if you're willing to join, the link is always in the description, so make sure that you join in and join us for the races as well. That was the one that we did last video around. It was quite empty, so we're looking to get a couple more people in if we can. That would be pretty awesome. And there it is, the lap. Now time to look at the highlights of the race here. Looking at the start at first, because it looked quite clean from us. Maybe it wasn't after all. From what I could see in the POV it was, and here they all come in. And then we'll see what else happens here. And now we start accelerating. You can see us in the green car were quite vibrant and easy to spot there. And indeed all is good for now. But who's going to dare and go for the first move? You can see that some drivers had to slow down a little bit here. It's Sasha in P3 here. Looks like everybody made it make it through nicely. And there you can see us as well joining into the background. I think one driver went wide there a little bit, but it all was within margin otherwise. It's just an incredibly clean start. There is a move potentially here. Yuri Kirkik going off track. And now needs to join back in. He's going to immediately be put to the side of Alan Jastrzebski, a driver that we were fighting for position at some point as well. And here is the number 12 defending the inside. Oh, and there is also one car going slowly, so everybody needs to be a little bit more careful through there then. But they all do, which is good to see. There, ooh, once again a spin. This time around it's Alex Wells who has a moment there. This is all lap 1 highlights as well. Obviously in those races a lot happens. It's kind of difficult to see as well. And he rejoins as well, but it's going to be slower through there. And now, well, he is able to rejoin eventually. It took a while, but he did get there. And then luckily he's able to continue his race, but it has cost him a lot of time as well. Now moving on to the next battle here, it is going to be the drivers here all in this big group. Obviously this time we weren't a part of it. And now let's see what happens. And it's once again the same car we're aboard with. Everybody makes it, and oh yeah, there's the turnoff. It's once again, unfortunately, the number 12 who goes too wide. That's never a good sign, but I guess that's it, right? And not much you can do about it. He outbraked himself. Luckily, we were able to dodge him at least there. And now, once again, he's going wide. And yeah, it seems that he's not having a great time right now. You would hope for a little bit more consistency throughout there. It's obviously going to cut into the safety rating that he's getting from this as well. There is the contact with him and the number 5. Sebastian Graf will be able to go by, and they both touch each other. That's and then there's even a pit maneuver. Oh, Euro's going to be so frustrated with that one. Neither player wanting to concede anything at all. And that hurts, of course. Now time to move into the next battle here. It is Hassan Said, number 6, we're aboard with here. On the outside, you see Pablo Gonzalez Fernandez in the number 3 car, who does keep it within the 9 nicely here over on the straight and finish. There have been some contacts between them so far. Look how close here. Oh, a little bit of bumping there. But it looks like no big crashes come from that, luckily here. So it is just training paint. Oh, there's a bigger hit. Don't know what's happening here exactly. There seems to be no reason for this at all. I see neither player really wanting to forfeit the position here. But the driver on the inside line is going to have an easier job defending this. And indeed, he does go ahead as well. He will keep it. And Hassan Said now looking to give it a go. The move was successful already. Now he needs to drive away. Here's another moment then. Michael Isak trying to make his way by, but he's so far off right now. Can he make it? Well, at the moment he's just going to have to wait. And oh, there's a massive dive bomb, but does about make it happen. Oh man, that was a good defending move there as well by Joseph Demi. Very aggressive there by Michael Isak as well. And that was a tough one. Here is Alan, the driver that's now behind us in the race. Number C is trying to chase us into gaining that position over us eventually. At least that's obviously going to be the goal from it, right? But whether we're actually going to be seeing that happening or not, I'm not so sure. Look at how wide he goes compared to us. There's a little bit of a dive, but doesn't work out. And that's actually cost him a position. A slight touch there as well. At least I think there was a slight touch. I'm actually not so certain yet, but not the greatest of moves there. And we keep it up, of course. Just trying to come out there, and here we're once again on the straight. It's still the same battle. But this time we have at least gotten a little bit further away, so that's awesome to see. And now, well, a potential move over to the right, and indeed it is there. It's a massive dive bomb, and oh well, there's the crash, and yeah, then also the second contact there. That really does hurt. It's actually going to end up losing us a little bit more time than Alan as well. He's then immediately going back to his overtaking ways as well. Yeah, that was frustrating. I don't think it was intentional, but it's just so fortunately placed. It's cost him a lot of damage as well. Yeah, that's what happens in these, well, dare I say, lower ranked lobbies. We decide, you know what, we'll let him go. It's not worth racing with these people always, so we're just gonna let it slide for now. And now moving on to the next battle on track as well. And it's Sebastian Graf in the car number 5, coming up behind Joseph Defamy here. On the slipstream on the straight. This is looking like a good position. So far no movement. And there it is. The move coming up now, and it is successful. Timed it well, placed it well, knew exactly what to do, understood the assignment perfectly. Now we come to Ethan Said here. Close to Pablo Gonzalez Fernandez. These two have been battling for basically the entire race, and this time a small mistake being made, and even Said goes through. He does gain the position permanently there. He is most definitely ahead now. So that's great news. And that looks like right now there's just no way to get back into it. So well done here. It's Hassan Saeed here who actually managed to snatch quite a good position in the end there. Here is once again Joseph Demeny as well as Sebastian Graf. Currently Graf is the driver behind here. This just shows a little different balance because they were actually at one point in the reverse order where the move was made successful, and this time he needs to do it again as he had lost the position after that again, and indeed he does push through. Nice move coming through. He's getting those positions rather well, no problem. Awesome to see as well. And well, here is Sasha Bachmann, and the driver who got the fastest lap of the race is now trying to get up the inside of Rodrigo Sicco. The Brazilian driver. Slipstream is going to be well. He also knows that is his opportunity to try and get by here. But when's the move coming? That's what we're all wondering. How are they gonna place it? And well, there is the move coming out just now. And is it going to be a success? He's gonna have to brake just a little bit later. And it looks like he just about might here, steering into the corner. Sasha's left him space, and obviously there's also respect on the other side of it too. They're making for some good racing here. And it looks like he might have just pulled it off for coming into the next corner, although it looks like the Brazilian wants to hold on. Unfortunately, there is just no way that he actually can, so shame it's gone that way, but oh well. That brings us to the final highlight here as well of today pretty soon, as soon as this battle's over, because it looks like it's actually not, because Rodrigo Sicco still wants to get back in there, and he's actually still very close by as well. Here it is then. He's actually found the connection to the driver ahead of him under number 1, Dave Hardy that is. Who's going to be trying to finish up the lap here into P1 as well. That's the goal, of course, and it looks like he might just be successful at that as well. And indeed, on the straight he goes. It's Dave Hardy that wins the race in the end. It is a massive congratulations from us, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Congratulations, Dave Hardy. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time as well. Bye bye.